start teaching my private lessons by taking some time for myself to really warm up my body and just give myself that time. As you can see here, my friend and client DeMarcus showed up and we are going over paperwork and signing waivers. I always like to figure out what my students are looking for in practice before we start. So we'll go ahead and start our practice. We usually start on our backs so that we can feel grounded and more connected to our bodies. One of my personal favorite parts of the body to do yoga with is the hip area, because mine, I know, carry so much tension, and I'm sure a lot of people's do because of desk jobs or just sitting a lot. And so private lessons with me are very hip-centric. However, we do focus a lot on engaging the pelvic floor, the hips, the hamstrings, the lower back, and just the whole body in general, but I do love me some good hip opening. The beauty of yoga is that there are so many levels to it. So if one pose is inaccessible to one person, there are modifications to get the same kind of action out of it. And of course, it wouldn't be a proper yoga lesson without some cat-cow action. And one of my favorite things to do in a yoga lesson, if my students are comfortable with it, is to assist them so they can get a deeper stretch. For me personally, when I have the opportunity to be a student in class, I love when the teacher assists me because I feel supported and I feel like I'm able to be more mindful of what I'm supposed to be doing or feeling in that pose. Whenever I teach private lessons, I really love to find a balance between doing the poses with my student and assisting them. I think it's important as a private yoga instructor that I explain what my student should be feeling, where they should be feeling it, and the benefits of what they are doing. I know in a group class, a lot of times we miss out on that valuable information because we are just flowing and going, and that can be very good. However, in a private lesson, it becomes a little more personal and a little more detailed. So as you can see here, I seem to have gotten a little mixed around with what side we were doing what on, and that's totally normal, especially for a yoga instructor who's teaching, I don't know, 50 different poses in a class. And when I learned that as a student, I know that was very reassuring for me because I had this idea that yoga teachers are just perfect and they never mess up, but that is just simply not true. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Marcus for taking a yoga lesson with me and being open to trying a bunch of different and new things. He seriously did such a great job, and I just can't wait to see where he goes on his yoga journey. So in the last 10 or 15 minutes of class, I like to bring my students back down to their back where we most likely started class. And this just signals the body to start cooling down. And a lot of times I'll even have my students repeat some of the poses they started with so they can really see their progress and how far they've come just in a matter of 60 minutes. And then of course we end with a little bit of relaxation and meditation time. Once a few minutes have passed, we start to wake the body back up and roll onto our sides and then press ourselves up to seated and say namaste. Namaste is basically a term that's used when we want to express gratitude for one another. Usually after I teach a lesson, I will go over a few things with my students and I'll provide them with a couple notes from class, as well as things to work on at home so they can just keep improving on their own time. And if you are interested in a private yoga lesson with me and you live in Longview or East Texas, you can go to my website, plantingwithin.com. There you'll find a little bit about me, my blog posts, videos, and some of my favorite supplements, as well as my classes and pricing options. And if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, stay conscious, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.